Football League. Super Bowl 56.
Time for football as we're underway in Super Bowl 56. Taken about 7 yards deep, and we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To the air, Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Smith catches left side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll look to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Rolling to his right. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they work this well upfield across the 35. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. on play action. They'll throw. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them, run fits.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Allen now looks to throw. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That 2nd down play nets a -4. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Washington 7, Bills 0.
They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick-6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick-6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately, I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick-6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison to the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all. What a play here. Another pick-6 in the Super Bowl. They'll begin the drive with Breida. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
1st and 10 at the
right back to him on first down. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. They'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
Washington. 1st and 10 at the 11.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
He was taken down by...
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a 3-yard pickup, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To the shotgun snap to Allen. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Devin Singletary there. 3rd down here.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll drop to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 37 yards. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. This is Breida. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On On second down, a run with Breida. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. From the gun, Allen. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
On is the punter, Hawk, as he gets this one away. When it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got the hook up here. Complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
13-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Allen hit. He lost the football. So these two teams are into the locker room as we hit halftime at Super Bowl 56. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
To kick off for Buffalo.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right, and that'll be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On third down, Gibson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
10 at the 25-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And this offense is running away with this one.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Again here on 2nd and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Troy Apke. Troy! And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for Washington touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this one.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run again with Breida. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Operating from the gun. Allen. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Montez Sweat able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the return is Sims. One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
It's Gibson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
3rd and short, McKinnon. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Play action. Now it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Troy Apke. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 3 yards to gain there, second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Now it's Breida. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
And the kings of the Super Bowl are the Washington football team. They win it, and they will once again possess the Lombardi Trophy.
And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's spit. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's spit. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Yeah, the sun can't touch me. Got a brand new visor. Yeah, your friend smart, but my boy's wiser. Yeah, get the job done like the equalizer. And I'ma grab another drink, 'cause tonight I'ma die like Michael Phelps. Hey, diving in this pool. I don't know what would help. Hey, I'm just telling you the truth. I heard a flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's spit. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's spit. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Get this triumphant. Let's bump it. Don't mind me seizing the moment. Energy up, my body burning. Yeah, my stomach keep up turning. Stop moving, I can't control it. On my last breath and I can't hold it. You gotta give it all I got. This for the ones that think I'm joking. Yeah, this for real, for real. Lightweight bust off half a. Yeah, I'm sweating, baby. Must be all them happy meals. I don't know how happy feels, but damn, I'm trying to find out. Say I got sex appeal. I think it's 'cause I work got a gun. I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none. I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's spit. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's spit. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win. I buy like 23. I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. That's why I hate my freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Just competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
king and I've been about mine. Never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave them outline when I hit. Stiff arms, spin moving zones, go. Scout the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off. Stiff arms, spin moving zones, go. Scout the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Putting it down for that. Time I was down and out. Had to bring grinding back. Doing the drills and working the wheel where you're grinding at. You know what it be. Playing this here for the keeps. Family to feed. Third cold where the trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Breathe on with the gang now. They're here with a lane now. My home second with a rain now. Legendary on the field. Kinda drip is a skill. It's the highest cruiser bill. Ain't nothing to the hill. With a stiff arm, spin move, and zones. Go. Scout the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. With a stiff arm, spin move, and zones. Go. Scout the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go.
I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I can barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on it. More action and no talk, I went quiet on it. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on it.
I don't be with them, be so basic. Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their ghost places. Every time when I'm a slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the go place.
And if we pulling up with the whole squad, are you ready to told y'all that you better be running? I'm in my go yard when I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man, sucker if y'all in denial. I get the chip on them and I bust out the south side. Is that big of the guy?
Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, young.
Hey, I don't know no better.